Remember when your parents fought, how hard it was to watch?
I will eat your ass.
My mom could be tough, but that brings me to a breakup happening right now that is so tragic. And no, it's not The Golden Bachelor.
I still love you.
Fox News and Dairy Queen are breaking up.
No! God, please, no!
Yes, it's really happening.
And you're right. You know, Fox News called me an idiot. That was literally their headline. They called me an idiot. But what I've done is expose what was already happening in the dark. And I think the beautiful thing about it is that Democrats have to come clean. They were controlling Mike Johnson anyways. He was giving them everything. Wide open border policies, fully funded the Biden Department of Justice, fully funded the FBI.
That's Georgia's contribution to the gene pool, Marjorie Taylor Greene, or as I call her, Dairy Queen, or Waffle House, or Cracker Barrel. You can pick one.
And so I'm very excited about that.
So what's the deal? Well, Fox News wants Republicans united against Biden, and Waffle House is turning over the lawn furniture. Because whenever these fights happen, it's an embarrassment, and it calls for people like Hannity to come in and nuance the debate. But Hannity is like a fart in a phone booth. By that, I mean his powers of reason are as evident as that thumb-faced look of dumb he wears so well. Anyway, she's gung-ho to get Speaker Johnson replaced. And why? Well, therein lies the rub.
First, GOP Congressman Matt Gaetz kicked Kevin McCarthy out of the speaker seat. Now, 7 months later, Georgia's Marjorie Taylor Greene is coming for Speaker Mike Johnson.
Once he became Speaker, he has become a man that none of us recognize.
Greene and a small faction of Republicans are outraged Johnson did not cut government spending and helped pass Ukraine aid without addressing the southern border.
I have to do my job. We have to do what we believe to be the right thing. What the country needs right now is a functioning Congress.
Greene intends to move on a motion to remove Johnson next week, but it's likely to fail after House Democratic leadership announced they'd protect Johnson's job.
All right, I know this is hard to understand. It's like watching cricket for the first time. It looks like baseball, kinda, but keeping score is impossible. So here's a nickel version, condensed so the average voter can understand.
MAGA cannot be ignored.
Everybody hates Dairy Queen.
Fox News called me an idiot.
And by that, I mean everybody. And in this polarized political environment, it's hard to get Democrats and Republicans to agree on lunch, but they agree on this. Marjorie Taylor Greene is like a case of herpes. It's painful, inconvenient, and never seems to go away.
Mike Johnson's speakership is over.
I have absolutely no idea who this woman is.
So what's bothering Dairy Queen? Well, she's not very bright. So for me to explain what she's thinking, I have to get down to her level. Here goes. Okay, I think I'm ready. Dairy Queen is all in for Trump. I mean, she can't spell MAGA, but no one adores tiny fingers like the two-term rep from Georgia's hillbilly Mecca. And to that end, she's always protecting him. From whom? It's more like from what?
Fighting. Never fight uphill, me boys, but it was too late.
Trump's greatest adversary isn't Biden. It's logic and reason. Two intellectual skills that rarely collide with this base.
Tell me about if Donald Trump does not win, what do you do?
I hope that I'm going to die.
I don't think there's anything Trump's done wrong.
Everybody's laughing at America.
Dairy Queen knows that Democrats are tricky, what with their three-syllable words and know-it-all attitudes. So she is a Republican pit bull set to attack. But why is she attacking Mike Johnson, one of the most conservative Republicans in the House? What did he do?
Indictable.
Good question. Mike Johnson, who inherited the job when Matt Gaetz got McCarthy booted, isn't above taking orders from Captain Man-Titties, who ordered him to shut down the vote on the Republican Senate-sponsored border bill. Why? Well, Trump said it out loud.
Why were you against the House, against the Senate border deal?
Number one, that, but it also made it much better for the opposing side.
Tiny Fingers wanted to run on the border crisis, so the last thing he wanted was the problem solved. And Mike Johnson did as told. He spiked it. And ironically, the transparency and Trump admitting it, that may help Democrats in Arizona and Texas. And so the Democrats realize now that as antithetical Johnson may be to their beliefs, he ain't her.
MAGA cannot be ignored.
Johnson is a slow-moving train, easy to predict and open to compromise. Maybe he regrets helping Trump, but that's still not what this is all about. Mike Johnson believes that the United States needs our allies in Europe, and we've committed to assist them should Russia pretend it's the 1970s again. But for some reason, Trump feels the opposite.
Just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be.
So Trump is threatening NATO.
No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want.
He's against aid to Ukraine, and as we've seen in the past, he's not afraid of enlisting help from Russia to defeat an opponent. So when Mike Johnson cleared the way for a vote to assist Ukraine, Dairy Queen went postal, attacking Johnson at first for the Ukraine assistance, and for the record, assistance went to Taiwan and Israel as well, but mostly for attacking Johnson for something out of his control. The Democrats are supporting him, which under the circumstances is kind of weird.
Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson is the beneficiary of an unprecedented show of support from Democrats. They are crossing the aisle to thwart a possible effort by Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene to remove Johnson from his speakership.
Do Democrats seem like they have something, a piece of Mike Johnson now, or that he's somehow beholden to Democrats if you protect him?
We will continue to extend our hand to Mike Johnson in bipartisanship and hope that they will continue to learn a lesson.
Greene moves against Johnson. Democrats say, quote, she will not succeed. Greene asks, quote, what slimy backroom deal did Johnson make for the Democrats' support?
Look, I have to do my job.
Okay, so Fox is attacking Greene.
And you're right. Fox News called me an idiot.
And the reason Fox is attacking Marjorie Taylor Greene is that while the Republican Party has played footsie with Trump the last 3 years, opening their living room to the crazy MAGAs, it's beginning to dawn on them that unlike Trump's first adventure, the seeds of his insanity have grown into these 3 unpredictable mules. And while Trump is insane and going downhill as I speak, worrying both Democrats and even Republicans.
As you know, crooked Joe Biden and the radical left thugs who have weaponized law enforcement to arrest their leading political opponent, and leading by a lot, including Obama. I'll tell you what, you take a look at Obama and take a look at some of the things that he's done. This is the same thing. The country is very divided. And we did with Obama. We won an election that everyone said couldn't be won. We beat.
Dairy Queen's insanity is on an organic level, like a bacteria that cannot be reasoned or negotiated with.
The terrorist attack in New York and the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania and the so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd. There's never any evidence shown for a plane.
And that frightens a lot of people, but not this guy.
All hell is going to break loose.
Trump won the presidency, and he is the legitimate president of the United States.
It's not going to happen like you think it's going to happen.
No. Steve Bannon is the architect of this chaos, and he is working behind the scenes to grow confusion, unrest, anger, and violence, and then set them free across the U.S. this summer. And whom better to put on the front lines than this donkey-faced mope? Dairy Queen was banned her first years from committee assignments by the majority Democrats, but she didn't care. She didn't go to Washington to learn anything. She's like a case of whooping cough in a daycare center. A real danger.
The greatest president in United States history.
Fox News called Dairy Queen an idiot.
Fox News called me an idiot.
But if you ask me, they were kind. Because the depths of her stupid defy words so much, I think there's only one way to describe her. That works for me.
Who's with me? On speed or something.
Hi, what's up?
Time to pack it up.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore. Am I wrong?
Yeah, right.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donald.
Thank you so much for watching. YouTube frequently penalizes my videos for taking on controversial subjects, hurting our ability to earn ad revenue, which we use to hire more hosts and make more videos. We think it's so important to make these videos now and expose the Republican cult. So please join us on Patreon. The link is in the comments. We literally can't make these without you. Thank you so much. For Really American Media,
All of a sudden, this guy is like amped.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.